Testing, testing. Is my camera working? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, don't mind all the presents here. Free Lightning's in the house. Merry Meowie Christmas, Free Lightning. Uh, Silver Days is in the house. JR Ford, welcome back to the Crypto Cats, man. Thank you so much for the membership. Let's go. Thank you so much, JR Ford. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. You wrote will not be farmed. Yeah, exactly. Don't. It's not even a joke, man. I'm not joking when I say that. I got farmed for the last 2019 6 years, and then I just got out of OXT. So imagine a whole bunch of us that have that one coin that they're super passionate about, and we just kept blindly buying, and it never ended up going up. So, um, yeah, don't you definitely don't want to be farmed, man. Thank you so much for the membership, dude. I really appreciate it. And meowy Christmas to you, man, and your family. Silver Days says audio and video good here. Let's go. Yeah, so we're gonna be live for about an hour. Obviously, it's at least an hour all the time. I don't know why I say that, but I think we're gonna be sticking with an hour because I have to get ready um, to go. Yeah, to go take all the presents to friends and families. Anyway, Bitcoin looks like we're getting a nice Christmas recovery, but we still have resistance at 91.3, so there's really nothing to look at here. On a side note, I ended up getting the Powerball. So I got a Powerball ticket. I don't know if I told you guys last night. I think I did. Anyway, I didn't know that the Powerball is $2, but that's the Mega Millions. The Mega Millions used to be $1, and now it's $5 for whatever crazy reason. Um, Anyways, I matched my Powerball number and then I got one number right. So I think I got $4 back. It's either $4 or $8. I don't know. But I got some money back. So that's pretty exciting. I'm going to go turn it in and get like, a dollar scratchers and um, pass it out during Christmas time or something. Stream looking good. This bull market took me for a ride. What bull market? You mean the Bitcoin, or like the fact that like we never got alt season? It took me for a ride. Lost 3K of my 65 out in the market. I understand, man. I'm down. I'm recording 5K loss on my taxes this year, and I still just and my only coin left is this. Wow, 5.1K, which is crazy. But I'm glad I sold that 100 billion at 62 because it would have been down another $1,100. Yeah, it would have been down another $1,100. It definitely wouldn't have been. I hate saying that though because just as like as easy as because it's like we're looking at it right now, but in like a month this could be 84, right? And then I would have missed out on 2 grand of profit, right? So I hate playing that game, but I had to do what was best for me, which was definitely downsizing. Let me see. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everybody has a great Christmas. I hope everyone gets all their presents they want. I hope nothing but the best. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good day today. There's gonna be tons of food. Let's see what we can look at. What's gonna make me money? Vision. Oh my God, Vision made a coin. Look, just joking. I'm on the sidelines waiting for something to happen, up or down. Yeah, I think it's gonna take a pretty big capitulation for me to put any more money into the crypto market, and I'm obviously gonna only buy Bitcoin. So I think that I'll probably put in another, like, I don't know, $1,000 when we break down to 70,000. That's the next area that I'm going to be buying BTC at. I think that even during this bear market, there is still opportunity to make money. So I'm gonna try to trade. I'm gonna try to trade so that I can get my money back next year. That's the only way that I can do it. Is trade my way back to 5K. It's crazy that if I match 4 of my numbers without the Powerball, it's only $100. But 4 numbers with the Powerball would have been $1 million. Damn. Hey. Euro Pup and Momo potential 10x. Momo. Yeah. I mean, you're just gambling, though, on Momo. I mean, Momo back up to its all-time high is more than a 10x. And you're looking at what, 20 million market cap, which I think it was at 30 million market cap. And it looks like it's fully diluted, so that it doesn't have like a ridiculously crazy token unlock schedule. So yeah, it's there. Potential is definitely there. Thanks for the videos this morning, Meow. Yeah, you're welcome. So I googled what are the top coins that people are searching right now, because I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna capitalize on growing my channel during this bearish time, like getting the views and the subscribers, because the subscribers have absolutely gone down. Let me see if I can show you guys. But so I googled, hey, what are the coins that people are looking at right now, or like the top search coins, and then I just hit the top 4 coins. It's okay, like I'm gonna make videos on the top 4 coins, and if I do that every morning, maybe do like top 5 coins or whatever every morning, I feel like I'm gonna try that for a little bit, and then see if that number does reflect on getting more subscribers. But I mean, YouTube, Vision doesn't lie when he said YouTube is like a PvP. You're just like fighting for content, you're fighting for views, and then you're fighting for subscribers. So you can see my subscribers since last week I've just been capped. Yeah, in the last 28 days, I only got like less than 100. Yeah, like 50, right? Less than 50, 47 subscribers. It looks like we're like topping out right now. So it's still steady growth, like especially over the 90 days. But look, I mean, it definitely looks like we're just consolidating sideways now. So Ford says SUI XRP TON, focusing on the coins that can stick around. Yeah, I just did a SUI video. In XRP, obviously, there's nothing has changed. And then ton. We could take a look at ton. Focusing on the coins that can stick around. That's true. Because, again, 90% of these coins are not going to stick around. They're just giant, like, Ponzi schemes. They're just going to be releasing circulation into the supply and then give everybody hope for the next 5-10 years, and then they're going to be like, oh, the project didn't work out, we're delisting it. And then there's going to be tons of new coins that are going to be coming in and taking their place. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Don't get farmed. Literally, don't get farmed unless it's MOG. I think MOG is good. I like MOG. I think MOG is a good crypto. Like, I think it's going to stick around. I'll make an exception for that one. Yeah, we haven't looked at Toncoin in a while. Toncoin. Yeah, so for Toncoin, I mean on the macro time frame, yeah, on the macro time frame, I think 76 cents to $1.26 is going to get hit. And keep in mind that does work closely with filling this wick, so 57 cents. But you can get bounces on the way up, so it's not crazy. Obviously, short-term support, there is none. So theoretically, I mean, you have resistance at 177, 205, 259 while still maintaining this downtrend. Same goes for 206, 262. And then on the bigger time frame, it's, if we're putting in a bottom, it's 243 to 276. So you have a lot of resistance on the way up. So just keep that in mind for Toncoin. And then on the macro time frame, like I said, I do think that macro support is here, which does coincide with filling this wick at 74 cents to $1.26. Usually when we break this area, like if you've heard me say that before, we do typically come back down and retest the macro area of support once we do break. And then obviously we broke down, and that's all she wrote. Now we're breaking down to the next level. JR4 says, I've learned a lot from you and Vision, the chart, the regular guys. Merry Christmas, boys. Let's go. I'm glad. And then you could just do this too, right? So JR Ford is so important because if you like, say you're like, all right, I like this coin, I want to invest. You're not going to just blindly invest anymore. You're going to look at this coin, you're going to take your fib from the low to the high, and you're going to look at areas of support. Like if you're buying right now, you might be catching a bottom, but like you're not really catching any support, and you're not really capitalizing on when the RSI is extremely oversold. So you could look at these indicators and then you could say, hey, like these are times that I'm going to buy. So that's what I'm doing with BTC, but you could do that with any coin. The only difference is that as we learn this cycle, just because you buy an altcoin doesn't mean that it can go up. Like doesn't mean that it's going to go up. And I learned that this cycle, unfortunately. But so you'll know, oh, okay, like I have $1,000, like I'm gonna buy $500 at $1.26. I'm gonna put in that other $5 at 74 cents, and if it doesn't break down that low, then it doesn't matter because I've already been dollar cost averaging down, and I already have my coins. And then once that happens, then you could start looking at, okay, well here's where I'm going to be taking profits. Should I take short-term profits, or am I gonna risk it for a little bit more? Am I going to get greedy and risk it for a little bit more? But anyway, that's why we always look at the targets, because it's so important for you guys to actually realize that, okay, well, hey, do I want to wait? Do I want to hold? Or do I want to sell and take some profits? Canton Network, please. Yeah, I just did a CC video too. This is another one that came up. This is a new coin. Just be careful with this coin. Yeah, so for Canton, I don't. Yeah, I guess it's infinite supply, but it is fully diluted. And it also just came out, so I think you already had a 618 retracement for Canton. Yeah, you did. So you came up, you didn't even quite hit that. You're getting rejected at the point 0.5. So I'd say a continuation as long as we stay over 9 cents. Once 9 cents does hold and break, then 11 cents retesting this would be in play, and then a breakout. But again, just be careful because you already attempted to break out and you got rejected multiple times. If price does break below 9 cents, and I do think you are getting a bigger correction back down to the lows. Okay. So none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. The hardest working man in crypto does not miss a day. No, sir. I have to be. I said I'm gonna go live, and I have to go live. So next year, I think this year I only did. I have to because like you want to grow and you want to grind, right? Like in YouTube is PvP. It's you're fighting for views. You're fighting for the audience, the retention, the subscribers. So this year in 2026, sorry, wow, this year in 2025, I went live every single day, 3 months out of the year. But that doesn't include because usually, typically, it's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, right? So we go live stream 3 days a week. So not including that, that's like given. But next year, my goal is obviously the schedule is still, hey, 3 days a week, but it's going to be 6 months out of the year next year that I'm going to live stream like every single day. Like Monday through Friday will be 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because obviously I work. It's going to have to be after work. And then Saturday and Sunday will be like morning streams, kind of like what we have right now. But I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll definitely post the schedule so everyone will know. Canton institutional garbage. What's up, Artisan? Welcome to the live stream, man. Can't be both infinite supply and fully diluted. Well, yeah, but you'd be surprised, right? I mean, dude. You know how crappy that is. That there are coins that have less market cap than fully diluted, and they have infinite supply. How dumb is that, right? Let me. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of a example. Yeah, there we go. Total circulating market cap, fully diluted. No, this is total supply. What's another one? Uniswap. No, Uniswap isn't infinite. There has to be one. What am I missing? No, that's not. Hold on, let me check the top 100 coins. Oh, Monad is trending again. Come on, one of these has to be infinite supply with it not even being fully diluted. I've seen it before. I'm not crazy. Cosmos? No. What? So coins that have infinite supply, they come out and they immediately release everything? No. Like, what about? No, there has to be. Nope, this doesn't have max supply infinite. No, there's like we'll find it, but there's definitely coins that I've seen that have like a release schedule that have that. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this though, but I guess I don't know. Huh. Whatever. We'll find one. I think you might be right. I thought differently, but I guess coins that have max supply infinite, when they release their coin, they all come out at once. Um, so there is no release schedule, but there is a release schedule for the new coins that are going to be minted. Can you analyze night? Well, we could bring this up for you. Yeah, I'll take a look at that for you. Can you please analyze night? Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Master, she says, Happy Holidays, y'all. Yeah, Happy Holidays, man. Welcome to the Christmas live stream, man. They're increasing the supply, and you know the inflation, which is worse than the schedule. ICP for sure. Yeah, man, ICP is cooked. Doesn't mean you can't get retracements and make money, but ICP is cooked. Yeah, infinite supply, total is diluted. Okay, yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe these coins... No, because... I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Free Lightning for 5 gifted memberships. Yo, that's crazy. Because yesterday Bartizan came in and did 5 gifted. So that's 10 members, man. That's awesome. Yo, thank you so much. The rule is that you guys have to keep your membership, though. But hey, thank you so much, Free Lightning. Merry Christmas, man. Thank you. That's awesome. Yo. Let's go. 5 gifted memberships. That's a lot of money. What is that? That's $4.99 times 5. That's so 5 times 5, 25. I don't know why I had to think about that. Dude, these coins are like absolutely crazy. The ones that have max supply infinite. And like, I guess Ethereum burns, but I'm not like Ethereum just like the only thing that scares me with Ethereum is that it never broke this previous high. Like it broke it by $100. So does that mean that this is the end for Ethereum? Because I think we're probably going to go back down to $1,000. That's the only other place left for Ethereum, especially if we're in a bear market. You never broke the next higher high like you did every other time. So Ethereum actually might be cooked. Free Lightning, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, man. I really appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you, man. Thank you. I've seen what, yeah, so you've seen what I'm talking about? Okay, good, because that's, because we've definitely seen that somewhere. All right, let's take a look at Midnight. Yeah, Midnight does look like it just came out December 9th. So obviously it came out 45 cents and then it had a nasty sell-off. Now, it's almost fully diluted, which isn't bad. That's a pretty good thing. And I guess we'll take a look at it here really quick. And I hate doing this. Like, why would I use this giant wick, right? Why would I use this giant wick? I'm going to have to because there's barely any information to work with. But you can see we already came back up to the 236382, which is macro resistance, and we got stuck. So as of right now, if you're holding it, you need to break this area, and then the next target is 41 cents. Once 41 cents breaks, then we could start looking at the macro targets and macro moves up. But just keep in mind that you still have resistance the entire way up. So 9 cents to 16 cents is resistance. That's obviously where traders are going to be taking profits. And then 41 cents would be the next place. Because looking back, if we get stuck here, you're just going to look back and be like, oh, it had a 23632 retracement, and then that's all she wrote. Or, oh, it came all the way, had a 618 retracement, and that's all she wrote. So if you're taking profits, those are good areas to take profits. If you're trading it, if you're holding it, then if you're constantly looking at your phone, you're just looking to break those areas of resistance. So nothing's going to happen unless those areas of resistances break. So these cryptos can't wait to dilute us to zero. Basically, no, it's like like I'm literally saying it's like a giant farm. These coins come out, they're new, people get excited, they buy, they dollar cost average. The coin never goes back up to this all-time high because it's fully being diluted, and we're the ones that are buying. And then at the end of it, they're going to be like, oh, the coin didn't work out, we're going to delist it. And oh, there goes all of our money and all of the fees that we paid dollar cost averaging or trying to trade it and getting chopped up and buying it. So, man, it's never going to happen to me again. Like BTC only BTC only during the bear market, man. Strong believer SB says, what do you think about QRL, brother? And yeah, Dojo on Mars. Yeah, man, Dojo on Mars 5100, man. Let's see if that can turn into anything. Let's see if yeah, what was it last year? Bro, it was like, yeah, it was like more than 10K. It's just crazy that more than 10K just dissolved to $5,100, man. We'll see. We don't have to go down that low, but 7039 is the next landing pad in my opinion. And then we still have opportunities to make money if you're trading it. I'm not trading it. So I tried, and then I ended up selling at that 100 billion that I bought at 62, and I ended up recording a loss. So I'm not doing that. You said, what do you think about QRL? I don't know. What do I think about QRL? Quantum resistance ledger. Oh, it doesn't look bad. It looks like it's about to have a breakout. It looks like it's breaking out right now, so that's not bad. Oh, maybe I can make a video on this. Yeah. Taking a look at QRL on the live stream. So this coin came out in it came out in 2017 and is finally getting a breakout. So yeah, so for QRL, I mean, it looks very bullish, not using this wick that it came out at, but using this previous high. I would say, yeah, I would say $4.44 is the next area right now. And then QRL up all the way up to $94. Now let's see how real that is. It's a 24x. It's a 230 million market cap. It's never been more than the market cap that it's at right now. So what's 24x? What's 20x? It's still under 5 billion at a 20x. So I think that's possible. I think it's not crazy to say QRL to $97, especially given that we're in an uptrend. We've been making higher highs and higher lows across the board, and maintaining this since 2023. So you consolidate it, and then you started breaking out in 2023, and it looks very good right now. Now, in terms of targets on the upside and targets that you need to stay over, prior to the move to the current level, I do think that continuation, and in case we do get some sort of pullback, price does need to stay over $1.33 and 75 cents for a continuation up. Now, if price does break below here, I do think that the top is in and we are going to get a deeper correction. If the price, first of all, the price doesn't have to come down here, but that's just support. And keep in mind that looking at the indicators, one thing that we always do emphasize on and really point out is that the RSI is extremely overbought right now. So typically when the RSI is this overbought, we do get some sort of pullback. It doesn't have to happen. You could go up forever, but please just keep in mind that when the RSI and when buying pressure is extremely exhausted and overbought, we do typically get a pullback. So with that pullback, just remember these are the areas that you need to look at, given that you still believe in the coin and given that we still maintain this uptrend. Now, the next target on the upside is again breaking this previous peak at $4, and then it'll go into price discovery. We technically have a target up to $97. I'm not a magician, so I'm not a fortune teller, so I don't know exactly where it's going to land, but the price, in my opinion, where you should take profits, or theoretically where traders are going to be taking profits, are between $4.25 and $97. So, that's a really big range, right? Yeah, I don't know. Your guess is better than mine. We just look at this area so we can box this entire area and say, okay, price is going to land somewhere there. So whenever you like it and whenever you think you have enough money, you should probably sell. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I hope that made sense. Thank you so much for your support. All right, what did I miss? I got 5 subs, or sorry, I got 5 gifted memberships from Free Lightning. I said thank you. You know, very Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you so much. Was there Bitcoin? Was there crypto like Bitcoin before Bitcoin really took off? No. Besides at 90, yeah, I never look at the wallets, but yeah, I could only imagine, dude. I hate that. Even 50%, man. I think even 50% is crazy. I guess it's on Cardano, right? Yeah. And cash in the bear market, you'll be accumulating. Watch. Is 100 billion enough? Dojo on Mars. I still believe it's in 1,000 plus GR altcoins. No, I mean 100 billion Dojo on Mars is $220,000 back at its all time high. Trust me, man. I'll be fine with $220,000. I'm not going to say no to $220,000. And that's given that I think it's going to go up to its all-time high. I'm playing it smart, and I'm taking profits at the 618 because we have 618 retracements, and that's it. I've held Caspa before. We find the next BTC, we'll all be doing great. Bitcoin is at risk. Core said it could take 5 to 10 years to upgrade BTC to quantum resistance. Caspa solves the trilemma. Damn, we got Bingo Bango, Bartizan, and JR Ford. All Caspa. Yeah, Caspa's really not doing anything in terms of price goes, but yeah. So much potential, man. I mean, to 61 cents is over a 10x. And it's already a top 100 coin, right? I think it's like number 55, right? Yeah, number 55. 10 billion market cap, easy. Castus Alstramella. Hey, Meow, it's the Monad guy. Oh, yo, JR Adventures. Let's go. Hey, let's look at Monad for you. Hey, I hope you know, like, I don't mean to be super bearish, but I hope, like, when you come in here and when you ask, there's a reason, like, why I'm sometimes like, hey, be careful. Because, first of all, I know how we all are, and I know how we're all trying to hold to, like, 100x. But when a coin comes out, especially like when a coin gets released on Coinbase and it's the very first coin on Coinbase and it has an infinite supply and whatever, I'm going to be a little bit cautious. I'm going to exercise more on caution than, oh, it's going to $10 million, right? So when you came in here and asked for Monad, that's exactly what we said, right? We said, hey, it came out, you could still go up, which you did, but be careful because it's a 255 million market cap and it's only 10% diluted, okay? So obviously this coin is going to be diluted. It's going to increase selling pressure. Now that doesn't mean that the coin can't go up, but it just means that, hey, like just, definitely take profits on the way up. And I really hope that you did take profits on the way up, because if you did, then you would have had the opportunity to make money. Now, we already came up and we already retested 4 cents as resistance and we got rejected. So that's why we always say that. Hey, if you're holding it, then you know darn well that, hey, I shouldn't get excited if I see Monad at 4 to 7 cents because crypto meow analysis, and because I know now, because I do my own research, that we could come up to these levels of resistance, get stuck, come back down, and I'm going to probably feel very bad, which happened to me countless amount of times. Um, so, and we're all obviously waiting for this, for our areas of resistance to break. Trust me, I'm waiting for Elon to break, and it hasn't. And it's the worst feeling ever, especially when you have your coin go up so high and then get rejected and make a lower low. It makes absolutely no sense. Trust me, I know. Now again, we're waiting for Dogelon to do that, right? And that's not a bad move, right? That's 88% to 166%, right? So traders are probably going to be taking profits, but I don't know. At that point, I need to be like, okay, so what do I always say? Hey, I need to be open to the idea that we are going to come back up here, get stuck. Traders are going to be taking profits. I'm going to be greedy, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to hold it. And I have to live with the fact that we could come up here and get stuck and come back down and make a lower low. So I hope that made sense. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. Love your analysis, simple and straight. Thanks, Strong Believe. I appreciate that, man. When do you think to see the first breakout BTC? Because most of gold, so we're making crazy all-time highs. Dude, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm bearish on BTC. I think BTC is going back down. I think we're probably we're creating some sort of bear flag right now where we're chopping around and we keep getting stuck at 91.3. 95 would be the next area that's going to confirm going up here, making a lower high and validating this bear flag. So you need to go up there, break that, and then 106 would be in play. But until that happens, and you're just creating a bear flag, and you're making higher highs and higher lows, and then breaking down. So to see any sort of breakout, I would say it needs to break out over 106, because even 106 is a 618 retracement. I think that a breakdown, I don't know, but when we start breaking down, you'll know, because 83 will get hit, and once 83 breaks, we're probably going to go straight down to 70. Thanks for the advice, Meow. You're welcome, and I hope you make it, man. Are you still in Monad? Is that a coin that you like, or was that a coin that you're trading? Like, are you buying it and are you holding it, or are you buying it and you're trying to trade it? Those are two different things. Doesn't need selling pressure if it's inflating. Yeah, I know. So if it's inflating, it doesn't really matter, right? But the token unlock schedule always shows where the token is inflating. So not only are you getting screwed in that aspect, but like usually the teams are getting the ones that are getting the coins, and it does increase selling pressure, because most likely they're getting the coins as for staking it or for being an early investor, and then they're selling it. Obviously, they're not going to hold it. Name one time that they held it and these coins didn't go down once you had a big release schedule in place, once people got their coins. I will take profits and at resistance. I think Monad is moving up from here. I will take profits at resistance. So you're trading it. So you're saying that you're hoping for it to go back up to 4 cents, 4 cents to 7 cents, and that's where you're going to trade it. Is that what you're saying? I like it and trading it, but I want to hold some for next year. I mean, if you're willing to, and there's nothing wrong with that. I thought the same way about OXT. But the problem is that just be open-minded to the fact that you are going to hold it, but that dollar value is never going to go back up to where it was before, because it's going to be so diluted and so down at that point. But you could do, I mean, again, you could do whatever you want. You could hold it. This coin might go, like, this coin might break out, you know? You might go to, like, you might go to $1, you know? Who knows? You know, I don't know about $1, but you might go to 10 cents, you know? It might be a 10 billion market cap, so it doesn't mean it can't go up. But in a year from now, ask me where Monad is, and I think, like, if I were to bet, if someone had a gun to my head and be like, hey, where is it headed? I think that we are going to be somewhere, like, even if it goes up and has a 618 retracement, we're probably going to be, like, sub 1 penny by the end of next year. That's where I think it's headed. If we do get a bullish 2026, yeah, if we get a bullish 2026, it doesn't matter what you're holding. All of our coins are going up. Shiba Inu's going up. Like, Doge is going up. Elon's going to make me money finally. A 10 billion market cap now would be a dollar. Well, no, because it's fully diluted, right? So 10 cents is what, a 5x? So that's 10 billion. A dollar because it has 100 billion. So the total max supply is 100 billion. So a dollar would be 100 billion. You're talking about right now the circulation? Come on, man. You know they're going to release coins. Like, you know they're going to pump this and then release. This number is going to change. But yeah, technically, I mean, you're not wrong if you're taking the circulation supply. $1 is 10.8 billion, but come on. They're gonna release coins and pump the price. Anything is possible. That's true. Anything is possible except XRP to $20,000. XRP, I think conservatively speaking, $6.50 is still in play. And then Moonboy target for XRP, next target would be like $29, $30. I think $30 XRP is like very possible. But anything over that, then good for you, because I would have never been able to call that. Keep reading. Read the rest of the 10 billion market cap now would be $1. You're right. 10 billion cap fully diluted would be 10 cents. Got it. Yeah, you're right. That's funny. I only read the first part. Yeah, you're right. You did actually say exactly what I just said. I didn't even need to say it. Damn. The release doesn't happen until November 2026. So if we get a bullish 2026, a chance to be massive. It has a chance to be massive. The first big unlock for Monad. Yeah, keep in mind, when they do token unlocks they do typically pump the price. So maybe that's also a time that you get out. Maybe they'll Maybe they'll pump it prior to the release, and then the price will be higher. People will buy, it'll be trending, and then you could go back down. Or sorry, it's going to go back down. Like when they actually release the coins. Free Lightning with the Shiba Inu. Yeah, bro, I'm buying Shiba. I told you, right? I'll buy it on the live stream when it hits in the 50s. When Shiba Inu hits 50s, you guys got to understand that it's a complete gamble, but you guys got to understand, I made like a lot of money in 2021 with Shiba Inu. So it's nostalgia at this point. If it goes back down to 50 in the 50s, like 50s, I'll probably buy like a couple $100 million, because maybe $1,000, maybe 250 million, 300 million. I used to have $1 billion, so it would be like 7,000. But obviously I sold it at 20K. But I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna put another 5K in Shiba Inu. It'll only be like just gambling. It'll straight up be just a gamble play. Why are you so bullish? Yeah, Bartizan, I understand it, because I did the same thing with OXT. So for example, let me show you guys a blast from the past. So it OXC got released on Coinbase. So like let me show you this chart, JY's Adventures. I know they're totally different coins and they do totally different things, but I bought OXC when it first released on Coinbase and I held it. And it came out at 17 million market cap, okay? 17 million market cap, it was at 30 cents, okay? So they spent the next 5 years diluting the market. So obviously the price is more than the market cap is higher than what it was when they first released the coin back here, like when they first had a release into the circulation at 18 million, price being 30 cents or whatever. It's now sitting at 2 cents 40. So coins like this, they're really bad because they release the coin, the market cap goes up, people get trapped, and then the selling pressure starts, and you never end up going back to those levels while the market cap is actually higher. So you can see the market cap is higher than what it was back here when the price was 20 to 30 cents. So, but again, look at this. I'm not trying to be like, don't listen to the chat, listen to yourself. You could just take the advice and you could just, you could just play it however you want, obviously. Like I'm buying Shiba Inu if it hits 59. Nobody can tell me otherwise. So, just like before, that doesn't mean that you don't have opportunities to sell. Because look, OXT had a massive move, right? They were releasing coins all the way up. So you see how the market cap was increasing and the price pumped most of the times and then came back and retested the area prior to the pump. So you had opportunities to sell, right? 17 cents to 58 cents, right? 22 cents to 84 cents, right? Even here, 23 cents to 61 cents. So you definitely had opportunities to sell. But you're just going to have to sell that, right? You're just going to have to trade it and sell. I will hedge my risk. We've been live for 48 minutes. Yeah, we'll be live for another like 15-ish minutes. Monad was just talked about on CBNBC News. TradeFi investors think it will lead as layer one. You might be right. Nobody knows. This guy, Bartizan's super bullish on Bartizan is super bullish on Caspa. Nobody can tell him otherwise. JY Adventures, you could be super bullish on Monad and nobody can tell you otherwise. You know what I mean? I could be super bullish on Dojo on Mars for whatever reason and nobody can tell me otherwise. So it's fine. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, right? And if you believe in both of the projects, then just invest in both of the projects, Thanks for looking out, Meow. I understand. Bartizan says it will absolutely not. Hey, Bartizan, maybe it won't lead, but maybe maybe price does still go up. We just never know in these spaces, man. That's what's lovely about crypto. Who would have known that Solana was going to have such a big, massive move? If I did, I would have just bought a whole bunch of Solana at $10. Aloe, sup big guy, Merry Christmas. Yo, welcome to the live stream. Aloe, it's not over, Aloe. Welcome to the live stream. We're going down? Oh my god, Aloe came in and we're going down. That's crazy. To close out the year, yeah, let's see. So TikTok, I'm at 560 followers, 3,321 likes. That's not bad. Dude, X is like the hardest place to get followers, man. I have 208 followers on X. And then Instagram too. Instagram is a hard place to get followers. I have 193 followers on Instagram. Like, damn. Poor XLM. Yeah, poor. I think, you know, you're probably going to get some sort of bounce, maybe, on XLM to 25 to 29 cents. Make a lower high. Trap more people in. And then basically fall off the table. Or you just go straight down to that level. Hi, Aloe Monad guys here. Let's go big pump on Monad. I hope so, man. I hope for his sake. I hope all your guys' coins go up. And mine, you know. Yeah, Monad really needs to break this area. So 4 to 7 cents needs to break. Keep in mind that's around 80 to 200% pump from the current price. I mean, it already had like a pretty decent pump too, right? It did 173%. Oh my God, man. It did 173%. Yo, anytime, JY Adventures, anytime you see a coin RSI go this high up, this overbought, please take profits. Not financial advice. That goes with any of your coins, man. You don't want to... Crypto isn't for investing long term unless it's like a really good coin like Bitcoin or some other rare cases where you have an uptrend. Merry Christmas and all the meow cats tuning in. Yo! Matthew Dropco's in the house. Yeah, Merry Christmas, man. Welcome to the end of the live stream. We're going to be live for another like 10 minutes. Let's look at Mog. The Mog whale is here. How's Mog doing, man? We're just waiting for this. We're still waiting for this recovery rally. Taking a look at Mog on the live stream for the big Mog whale that's in the chat right now. So for Mog, we're just still waiting for this recovery rally. The indicators show exhaustion on selling, so selling pressure. It seems to be exhausted. RSI is near oversold territory. So the reason why we have this box drawn and nothing's changed is that we could still get a relief rally and a retracement to 34 to 47. But keep in mind, that's all that it could be. It could just be a retracement. For holders, you need to break this area and break this box, this area of resistance. At that point, 6081 would be in play. Keep in mind that's still hitting a downtrend, making a lower high, so it does need to break this area of resistance. Now on the downside, we'll take a look at the next area of support, but right now 21 is still technically in play, or filling this wick back down to 6019. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. I do hope you make money, but I'm just warning you, nothing is going to be Caspa. Nothing is even close to being fast, not Hyperliquid, not Monad, not SUI, nothing. Man, I feel like Caspa needs to like sponsor you, man. You are like all in on this guy wears shirts that have the Caspa logo on it, man. I hope so. I hope Caspa goes to like $1 for you. What's a realistic target for Caspa? I guess let me look at what ADA did. $90 billion? Bro, what a scam. No, I'm just joking. Dude, imagine Caspa at like $5 or $4. That would be 100x. Dude, imagine Caspa at $4. That'll be 100x. And that's actually same tokenomics as Cardano. Close. Less. I think conservatively, and don't call me bearish, but I think conservatively 61 cents is very possible for Caspa. Anything over that, we'll just have to look for a continuation, because you already know it goes up. It makes an all-time high for 1 second, and then selling starts for the next like 5 years. I bought back low 18. Can you take a look at near? Yes, we could take a look at near. Christoph. Merry Christmas all. Merry Christmas, JR Adventures. I'm getting ready to head to my nephew's for dinner and presents for my great niece. Yo, well, I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you get everything you want. I hope the dinner's good and you get all the presents and everybody loves your presents, man. So thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for supporting the channel as a member and always commenting on the videos. It really does help in liking the videos. So thank you so much, Matthew Jopko. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate you. Casper probably $1. Yeah, but dude, Cardano hit 90 billion, so why not? Why wouldn't Caspa be able to hit 90 billion? You might hit $4 for like a second, but that's not impossible. Especially, imagine if it takes Ethereum's. Like, if you're so bullish on it, imagine if it like replaces Ethereum one day. Then that becomes like, then you're looking at 200 billion market cap, right? Too much people waiting for 70 to 90 cents for Caspa. 61 cents. 61 cents would be the next target. But yeah. And the dollar is a psychological like number too, where people waited for Doge to hit $1 and it just never did it. Yo, Matthew Dropco gifted a membership. Yo, dude, so many people are gifting memberships. Dude, hey, anyone who's gifted a membership, y'all have to keep your membership though. It becomes part of the deal. I'm just joking. Yo, Matthew Dropco, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the membership. Crypto Man Analysis, trust me, dude. I wish there were more projects I could be in this bullish, but everything is trash. You are right. 99% of it is trash. I do agree with you there. I sold all my ETH the day I transitioned to proof of stake. The day it transitioned to proof of stake. That's smart. Proof of stake is garbage. I do agree with that, man. We are on the same page in terms of that. So why can't Monad hit 90 billion? Am I wrong to think that? No, it can. No, it can. I'm saying it can. So that's like $4. You're not wrong. The Mogman is here. Yeah, he just gifted a membership. Yeah, we're just going to call him the Mogman. Yo, Dwayne Kelly for 5 beans. Let's go. Yo, thank you so much for the $5. Let me know what you want me to look at for you, man. Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Caspa is almost fully minted, and every coin was minted, converting real energy into Caspa permanently. Proof of stake is not garbage. Look at what Solana does. Dude, I think Solana is going back down. I didn't mean to say it's garbage. You're right. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's just I think it's inflationary. I think that it increases selling pressure because the second that those coins get released, why else? Like, what is the purpose of me staking? To obviously get money. So how am I going to transact that? Well, I'm going to sell the Solana that I use, so that increases selling pressure by default. I don't know. I just don't like it, but you could, it's fine. And yeah, let's see. You can buy stocks on Solana. That is amazing for international people who have no access to the stock market. The classic Xmas bull trap by BTC. Dude, I'm only buying BTC. Flip Coins is in the house. Yo, Flip Coins, Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, so I finally, Flip Coins, thanks to Flip Coins, I know I've been saying this for like years, but I finally created a Venmo for my YouTube. So now anybody who wants to Venmo me who doesn't want to super chat, you guys can Venmo. The Venmo is on the channel. It's in the description. So just it has my logo on there. So just FYI. And thank you so much, Flipcoins. I really appreciate you finally pushing me to do it, because that's something I needed to do, because you asked for it. And then throughout the last 2 years, there have been people that said that, like, hey, do you have something other than super chats, because YouTube doesn't allow us to like do super chats. So thank you so much for that, man. JY's adventure. Solana has not paused in years. The founders have made it amazing for retail. Make a Phantom wallet as well so I can donate. Oh, that's too much, man. Phantom wallet. Oh my gosh. 2 years later, I just created a Venmo, man. Oh man. It's okay. It's okay, JY's adventure. You don't have to super chat or you don't have to donate. It's totally fine, man. I will always take a look at your guys' coins. And I hope we all make it, because obviously like when we make money, it's just a good feeling. And it's like it's good for the channel, it's good for views, it's good for engagement. So it's like, it's good. So I just hope, let's just wait until our coins go up, you know. Yeah, man, I'm not bullish on Solana. I'm sorry. Like, if I were buying Solana, if you guys were to tell me to buy Solana, I would probably wait like a year or two, and I would probably get in at like $32 to $17. I think that's where Solana's headed. People always underestimate the bear market, and I did that for the last 2 cycles, so I'm never doing that again. Look at Aster. Like, what? This coin just came out, and Dwayne Kelly for 5 beans. I think you want Tau, right? I'll take a look at Tau for you and make a video on it. I think that's what you asked for last time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's like, just, it's not doing anything. Taking a look at Tau on the live stream. So for Tau, Bittenzer, yeah, so you're actually still using the 382 as support. So on the macro time frame, 225 is key. You've already came down and you've already retested almost a 0.5, but every single time you've came down here to the 382, you got a nice bounce. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening right now. So with Tau, I would say we do need to absolutely stay over 225 around this area, or if we do get a sell-off, we need a quick recovery like it's happened the last 2 times. Now, taking a look at it on the as far as the targets on the upside, we still have resistance here at 256 to 296 on the shorter time frame. Once that breaks, then we could say 372 and then to the moon. But you are still making lower highs and you are still in a downtrend. So just be careful with Tau, because you don't want to come back up and get stuck at macro resistance and then make a lower high. And then macro resistance, once you do break 286, which does coincide with shorter term resistance, is going to be 411, which still makes a lower high on the macro time frame. So I know that's a lot of targets, but what you're looking for is breaking this box, getting over and staying over 411, which does invalidate this downtrend. And then we can start taking a look at the targets on the upside. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support. Crazy. RSI is almost overbought already. Yeah, for Bitcoin, right? No, it's not. No, like, it's no way on the daily. No, you have to be talking about like a different coin. Free Lightning says the market has to go back up at some point. You are correct. The question is when. Yeah, the question is when, and the question is how low is it going to go before we do go back up. If we knew that, then it would be easy for me to make my $5,000 back, because I'm just going to be buying these bounces and trading my way up, taking advantage of 50 to 100% bounces. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do. Because I make 50% on 5 grand. Let's just say I put 5 grand in and I make 50%. That's 2,500. I only have to do that twice and make my 5 grand back. And that's a lot of money. Imagine just doing that. $5,000 trading $5,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah, we've been live for about an hour and 6 minutes. So, let me see. I think we are going to call it here. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a good Christmas. A Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you so much for all the super chats, the members, the subscribers. Thank you so much for the gifts, the gifted subscribers. That's awesome. I can't believe you guys did another one, and so another 6 or 7. I got another 7 members today. JY's Adventure, Matthew Jocko gifted 1, and then Free Lightning gifted 5, which is like 7. And I got 7 yesterday, so that's like 35 and 35. That's really good, man. That's crazy. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes and nothing more. I hope you guys all have a great day. I hope our coins go up. I will be live again tomorrow. I don't know what time. It'll probably be 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, maybe a little bit sooner. So we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, I hope all you guys get the gifts you want. Merry Christmas, and I'll hopefully see everybody in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great day.